Hey guys, how are you all doing? Based on our last video's success, we thought of bringing another shoutcast. This time we are going to shoutcast another spicy Pokemon in the Weather Cup, and that's none other than Shadow Agron. Now, Shadow Agron is definitely not the meta Pokemon around due to a lot of weaknesses like water types. So we need to build a very strong team having coverage against these all. So what are we all waiting for? Let's get started with the video.
Into the first battle, we have a nice lead Shadow Agron into Abomasnow. Opponent chooses to stay in for some reason. Maybe they want to chip and dip. The opponent goes strike for the energy ball, that's a lot of neutral damage. Opponent now swapped into Samurott and we respond with Cradily. Samurott does charges very quickly with those Fury Cutters. They full send the Mega Horn. We do take them down with one Grass Knot. They came back in with the Abomasnow and looks for farm down. We reached to a Stone Edge just in time. They do respect it with a shield and now they have a lot of energy. We came back in with the Agron and decided to shield as Energy Ball will be lethal from his range. Opponent smartly thrown Weather Ball bait but chooses to throw back to back, so we no shield the second one. Opponent then switches out into Regirock. That's not a good thing to see while Alolan Ninetales in back, so we do chip it with Heavy Slam. That's quite a bit of damage onto the Regirock. Now we do switched into Alolan Ninetales. We outpace then to first move and thrown Weather Ball to put them deep into the red. We do decided to let go the first move. And they are actually running Zap Cannon. We do reach to another Weather Ball and it actually grabbed the last shield. Now they will throw that Stone Edge, so we do shield as well. They swap back into Abomasnow, but Alolan Ninetales was fast enough to reach another Weather Ball and secured the KO. Then we snipe with Smackdown to close the game. Hopping into the next match, due to some wrong camera angle I couldn't see what's the opposing Pokemon, but it was doing super effective damage with counters. It was actually a Lycanroc. They do farmed us down before I could get to a move. I came in with Alolan Ninetales. They do throw immediately that Stone Edge and grabbed my first shield. We are not messing around and go for that Weather Ball as soon as got that. They do let go Lycanroc and came in with Shadow Abomasnow. They are actually running Razor Leaf, so there was no charged move pressure as they will get to it very slow. So we charged up to back-to-back moves and started spamming out those Weather Balls. They do let go the first but decided to shield the second. They go for the farm down, which allows us to reach a last second Weather Ball, and we got their last shield as well. Now they have a lot of energy, so we do let go the first Weather Ball, but we need to shield the second as it will hurt a lot. Then they swapped into the last Pokemon and that's Jelly. We throw the first Grass Knot, which put then in half HP. We don't want any damage, so we throw immediately and took out the Jelly. But we should have CMP with Jelly. In that way we would have enough HP to reach the Grass Knot and KO the Abomasnow, but they got the farm down and it's GG for us. Into the next battle we got a neutral lead, Agron into Alolan Golem. They are actually running Volt Switch, which is doing some considerable neutral fast move damage. They throw just before we got to a move. A Wild Charge will do a lot of damage, so we do shield the first one. We grab the shield back with the Heavy Slam. Opponent has a lot of energy, so we let go Agron. They took it out with the next Wild Charge. We came in with Cradily and they swapped immediately into Gyarados. We do reach to a move just before the crunch. They actually let go the Stone Edge, which didn't knock it out, so we caught the move onto Alolan Ninetales. We farmed it down. Opponent was running some serious spice with Crawdaunt as their third Pokemon. They throw the Crabhammer to CMP with Dazzling Gleam, but we go for extra as we will lose CMP. Crabhammer does some significant damage. Now we full sent the Dazzling Gleam. They do shielded it and wasted a lot of energy. We will respect the next Crabhammer as it will take down, but they bait with Night Slash. We do make it to Dazzling Gleam, but we lose CMP with them. They end up throwing a Night Slash, which was not enough. We do hang on with 1 HP to deliver the Dazzling Gleam. We do take out Crawdon, so I immediately swapped Cradily as that Alolan Golem came back in field. They do make it to a wild charge, but that's not enough to take us out. And we reach to Grass Knot. This will be enough to take Golem out and secure the win. Hopping into the next match, we do mate with a Ludicolo, which is a good lead as Razor Leaf will do neutral damage, but just look at that damage. They put us into half health as we reach to our first move. We go straight for the Meteor Beam either to take a shield or the knockout. They do shielded it and swapped into Kingdra. We have two better responses to Kingdra, so we swapped into Ninetales. They do went straight for that Octazooka, which does get the attack fell, which was unfortunate. So we farmed up to a significant amount and thrown Dazzling Gleam as our attack was dropped. They hangs on with 1 HP, but 2 Powder Snow took them down. They came in with their last Pokemon, and that's a Regis. They do overfarmed, which allows us to reach a Dazzling Gleam. It doesn't do that much of damage to it. I ended up throwing Thunder as they reached the maximum energy. But Alolan Ninetales hangs on with 1 HP to deliver another Weather Ball. We came in with the Aggron and started to smack it down. They do throw immediately as Smackdown started chunking. We shield the Thunder, opponent swapped back into Ludicolo, so we respond with Cradily. I just let it go. They full sent the Ice Beam, which done some considerable damage. There will not be any fast move pressure from Regis, so I farmer up a little and thrown the Grass Knot. But opponent shied it, so we go for another as soon as we got it. We are very low, but I took risk and started to farm with Bullet Seed. We actually make it to a move just in time. We do throw a wrong move, but that will be enough to secure the win. Now we have swapped Alolan Ninetales with Charizard for some Blaziken coverage. We got a nice lead Aggron into Alolan Ninetales. They swapped immediately into Kingdra and we responded it with the Cradily. Kingdra will take neutral from those Grass Knots, so we need to throw 2 of them. They do make to a move after we thrown our first Grass Knot. I shielded the move respecting the outrage, but they bait with Octazooka. They got the attack drop. So I overfarmed a bit and thrown the Grass Knot to KO, but they ended up shielding the move. They got to a move, but we let it go as Charizard without shield is horrible, and it ended up to be just another Octazooka. We reached to another Grass Knot and took the Kingdra down. They came back in with the Alolan Ninetales to got the farm down. We came back in with the Aggron and the opponent immediately swapped into the Swampert. We swapped immediately to the
please,
Charizard.
No!
We throw the first Dragon Claw, which does some damage to Swampert. They farmed up back-to-back moves and thrown the Hydro. We CMP with them. We got the shield, but now they had a lot of energy, so I let go Charizard and trusted in Aggron. We came in with Aggron and started smacking down, but they reached to a move. We shielded as a Hydro will do some significant amount of damage. But it doesn't matter as they get to another move just before we got to a heavy slam. They took us down with Earthquake. Into the next match we got a very bad lead, Aggron into Lantern. As we have Charizard in back, we need to stay in this matchup and do as much damage as we can. They got to a Surf and thrown straight away. It did put us in yellow. They made up to another Surf just before we got to the Meteor Beam. We shielded it as it will be lethal. Opponent swapped into Kingdra to soak the damage, so we banked the energy and came in with Cradily. We need to flip this matchup at any cost. We throw the first Grass Knot to put them into the yellow. They reached to a move and they full sent the Outrage. We shielded it, we farmed up a lot and thrown just before they got to the next move. To my surprise, they shielded that one and thrown the Octazooka. They didn't got the attack drop, so they switched, and anticipating that they will switch into their third, I switched into Charizard. But they swapped back into Lantern. This is disaster now. They do made up to the Surf and thrown immediately. We tank it and tried to reach the Blast Burn. We got to the blast burn, but it was not enough to take Lantern down. Also, they have a move now which will easily take either of my Pokemon down. I came in with Cradily, but we lose CMP to a Lantern, which was horrific to me. They took us out. We took them down with Aggron. They sent back the Kingdra, but we got the farm down. I throw Blind Meteor Beam as we were very low. It was Kyurem and they no-shielded, which one-shot it and we won. Right into the next battle, we got a very nice lead, Aggron into Articuno. The opponent's safe swapped into Milotic. So we responded with our Cradily. We do outpace then to the first move and thrown grass not as soon as we got it. They let the move go, which doesn't knocked it out. They reached to their move with a very minimal HP. I was worried about potential blizzard, so I shielded it. It ends up being a Hyper Beam. We do get complete farm down. They do came back in with the Articuno, but we have a lot of energy on Cradily. We throw Stone Edge and they shielded that one. But we got to another one in time. They let it go this time and it does one-shot them. Last Pokemon was Palkia, so they consider the match. That was the last battle for today's video. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please consider a like and sub to help me grow this channel. Please do check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.